And now your first Warn 5 forecast, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
All right, everyone, a very good Monday evening to you. Weather definitely doesn't have a case of the Mondays out there today, being very kind to us to kick off the new work and school week. Sunny skies, warmer than average temperatures. And you know, this warm weather that we had yesterday and today may be jogging your memory a little bit. Perhaps you remember that we were in full-blown summer for a few days at this exact time in November last year. Let's recap some of those numbers. Of course, today on November 8th, putting us right in the middle of this 4-day stretch that saw 12 records for either record high temperature or warmest low temperature. You can see on November 7th, we set a couple of record highs in Saginaw, Houghton Lake. Then it was Saginaw and Flint, well into the mid-70s on November 8th, a year ago today. Record highs for tomorrow on this date were set last year in Saginaw, Flint, as well as Houghton Lake. And then even on the night of November 9th into November 10th, we set another round of warmest low temperature records there. So again, a little stretch of summer-like weather in this point in November last year. Not that we were too far from that today, but for as warm as it was, we still would have had to put on about another 5 to 10 degrees in some areas to even come close to touching last year's records. Very nice, though, out there this evening. Here's a live look over downtown Flint, 62 degrees, your current temperature. I mean, that's certainly not too bad for November 8th. West-southwest wind coming in at 8 miles per hour, and we've got a nice clear sky here as the now hour earlier sunset takes shape over mid-Michigan tonight. Looking good on the first Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar as well, live from MBS. Of course, with clear skies, naturally you wouldn't expect to find any rain or wintry precipitation. And that's about how it's going to stay for the rest of tonight, and we'll say about the first half of our Tuesday. For now, we're still under the influence of high pressure, which is pumping all of this unseasonably warm air in across the Great Lakes and, frankly, most of the eastern United States at this point. But we do have a cold front edging in across Lake Michigan here tonight as that slowly, and I mean slowly, inches its way across the state as we head into a good chunk of our Tuesday. Initially, all it's going to do is kind of kick some clouds back into our skies gradually as we head into the overnight period, even producing some patchy fog overnight. But then as it kind of stalls out briefly over the state tomorrow, it will begin to squeeze out some nuisance areas of rain. Not heavy, soaking, drenching rains, but enough to be problematic and make for some slippery, dreary conditions on our Tuesday. As for the hour-by-hour forecast, you saw there going from this evening into the midnight hour, it's just going to be a gradual stepping up of cloud coverage, swinging back in from the west as that cold front settles on in. Not much change from there as we move from midnight into the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow morning. A lot of this is low cloud coverage, but I expect a good amount of us, too, on the morning commute will be dealing with patchy areas of fog tomorrow. So maybe you want to think ahead and just give yourself a little bit of extra driving time to make it safely there in the morning. Now we see here by about midday, some very light areas of, honestly, in a lot of cases, drizzle will begin to break out around lunchtime. Tri-Cities northern thumb morphing into, at times, a steady but still light rain persisting in the northern thumb back toward the Tri-Cities with some other areas of development closer to I-69. Mostly hangs in place until about 6 p.m. or so tomorrow evening. Then we start to dry out as we head into tomorrow night. Skies will clear again, but it's going to be a back and forth pattern from there in many ways coming up for the next several days. So 44 is the overnight low for tonight, keeping it unseasonably mild as clouds increase. Patchy fog settling in overnight. Then in your first Warn 5 7-day forecast, we go back to the mid-50s for tomorrow with a few afternoon showers after the morning fog, that is. Clouds increase, but we stay dry Wednesday, 53. Veterans Day looks pretty soggy with some afternoon rain, but warmer, high around 60. Then it's back into several days of highs in the 40s from Friday to Sunday, David and Meg, and at least a chance for some rain and snow each of those days.